It's Ohio State week, Notre Dame fans. A absolutely huge matchup inside Notre Dame Stadium under the lights this Saturday, September 23rd. And of course, we're going to be having wall-to-wall coverage of this pivotal matchup right here in our Blue and Gold YouTube channel, as well as our website, blueandgold.com. On Monday afternoon, Marcus Freeman and quarterback Sam Hartman met with the media. Interesting note there. We'll get to that. I thought it was also notable Marcus Freeman starting the press conference, kind of giving a nod to the Deuce Knight commitment, just saying that they got really good news. Of course, Freeman's not allowed to talk about high school football recruiting. That's against NCAA rules. You can only talk about the guys when they sign, but Freeman kind of giving a little subtle nod, maybe not so subtle nod to Deuce Knight. I'm with Jack. So not so subtle at all. I'm with Jack Sobel, who is in the room for the press conference. We're going to talk to him about some of the key notes from the presser. Folks, please do hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to our channel for more content. So injury updates. I'm going to go through 5 guys that were talked about. Jack, you give me the latest there. J.D. Bertrand, Notre Dame's linebacker.
Bertrand is in. He is all good to go for Saturday.
Okay, good news there. Interior defensive lineman Gabriel Rubio.
We got a very good update on Rubio today. Freeman said that for the first time since his knee injury, he had arthroscopic surgery on that. For those of you who missed it, he will practice this week, and if all goes well, they expect him to be back. So I should say, clarify, if all goes well, that's a big qualifier, but if all goes well, they expect him to be back Saturday.
A surprise scratch from the Central Michigan game was tight end Mitchell Evans. What's his update?
Freeman said he's slightly behind Bertrand in his, in concussion protocol, but like Rubio, they do expect him back Saturday.
And then Brown
will play Saturday.
Okay, that's DJ Brown, the safety. Sam Hartman, he gave an injury update of his own.
Yeah, Sam Hartman is okay. No concerns after seeing the replay. A Central Michigan defensive lineman kind of fell into his knee on the replay. Like that looked a lot scarier than I thought it did live. He very much caught a break there, but no, false alarm. Everything is fine. He also said of his opinion that it was not a dirty play by the Central Michigan player. That he was kind of pulled or pushed or just kind of fell into his knee. Typical pileup stuff. It happens. No further story there.
Actually, 6 guys for the 6th update being Eli Raridan still out. I mean, Marcus Freeman's going to be asked about Raridan every week. I just don't think it's going to be anytime soon. And I just saw a tweet. Nick Saban is named Jalen Milrose, Alabama starting quarterback. What is going on in Tuscaloosa? That is totally a side note from this video, but that just happened as we were recording this video. One of your questions you asked Freeman about was the pass rush, and he said this is, quote, "Sacks will come. I don't want our players worried about sacks." Number one in the country in pass efficiency defense is this Notre Dame unit.
Yeah, no, I remembered Freeman said on Saturday after the Central Michigan game that he liked what he saw from his defensive line and the pass rush in particular. 2 sacks and 2 forced fumbles from Jack Kaiser and Thomas Harper on blitzes. And a whole host of pressure on quarterback Jace Bauer. And I wanted to ask, after watching the tape, how would you evaluate that? And how important is getting pressure with that front four for the Ohio State game? And Freeman, as he has the past couple weeks, has made it clear that sacks are not the priority. Sacks are a vehicle to a good pass defense. They are not the only vehicle to a good pass defense. Notre Dame has had a sterling pass defense through 4 games. There's no question about that. The secondary has been awesome. The front four has been getting pressure on these quarterbacks. Maybe still a bit of a question mark if they can do it against a team like Ohio State. I think if they get pressure on Kyle McCord this week, who, if you missed it last week, was named as a starter, that would answer every single question we would have about that pass rush. But Freeman is adamant that he said he is pleased with that pass rush. He is very adamant about this. There are no internal concerns about the pass rush for Notre Dame.
Jack, before we started recording this video, we were talking about this a little bit. It's for as long as I've been doing covering Notre Dame. Notre Dame has had their Monday press conference with Brian Kelly, now Marcus Freeman, and that's it. Ohio State week, they have Sam Hartman meet with the media. Notre Dame is not shying away from putting him in the spotlight. They're really leaning into him being this superstar. All of the NIL with Sam Hartman, Um, Again, guys, the profile of Sam Hartman being their superstar quarterback, they are. I mean, it's kind of. It's like, watching Lionel Messi, play with the, Inter Miami in the MLS. Like, everyone in the league has leaned into Messi being in the MLS. Notre Dame leaning into Hartman stardom so much. So I'm curious your thoughts on that, and then anything that you heard, interesting from Hartman today.
Yeah, they're very much leaning into it. It's kind of like what a lot of NFL teams do. I know like NFL teams with clear franchise quarterbacks, clear starting quarterbacks. They have them talk to the media every week, and normally it's really their own thing, their own press conference, and that I don't think Notre Dame's going to do this every week, but for Ohio State week, Sam Hartman has his own press conference. Sam Hartman did not really say anything too interesting, as he often does not. He is a master at saying a lot of words, but not actually saying much at all. He's very media savvy in that way. But the most interesting thing I think I heard Hartman say was that, like, yeah, we'd be foolish to look at this as just any other week. It's a big game. We'd be foolish to think otherwise. But he also said that, sticking with the consistent message from Freeman, that they'll prepare every day like it's any other week. They're not gonna do extra in preparing for Ohio State. That's what any media savvy team will say. But the message has been so consistent from Notre Dame that, like, you really got to buy it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously his little no injury update, but we already talked about that. The other thing that was notable from him for me was the whole Steez thing. I just thought that was just some kind of nickname. I didn't know it was like an actual term. Like, if you look up Steez, Steez, on Google, it's in the dictionary. But no one ever says that I have Steez.
I'm gonna
So
be 22 years old for a sec. I did know that was a word. I don't think I use it a ton, but I did know that was a word.
I don't know if we are Steezed people or if I even use that word correctly. Lastly, Ohio State. What did Sam Hartman and Marcus Schumann have to say about Ohio State today?
Yeah, a lot of the things you would expect. The most interesting thing I heard was Freeman was asked, like, are you at all preparing for the possibility that Devin Brown, who, Kyle McCord was named the starter, but Devin Brown is a 5-star, I think on three's #1 player in the country in the class of 2022. He's behind there. Freeman said, we plan on McCord being the starter because of course they do. He was named the starter, but they're going to have a plan for whatever Ohio State might throw at them, or in case for whatever reason McCord can't go. They had a plan for Jace Bauer for Central Michigan last week. Same situation. They obviously respect a ton out of Ryan Day. Freeman is looking forward to seeing him again. They respect Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator. Sam Hartman said that they're expecting the kitchen sink from Jim Knowles. Obviously paraphrasing here. Freeman has a ton of respect for Emeka Ibuka, Marvin Harrison Jr. I did note correctly that Ibuka makes a lot of his plays out of the slot. That's going to test Thomas Harper Jr., the Notre Dame safeties, even the linebackers at certain points, or the outside corners. If Ohio State goes NA12 personnel, which they have been known to do in the past, so stopping those guys is going to be a full team effort. It's not just going to be Benjamin Morrison, Cam Hart.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Please do hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to our channel for more content. We have so much coming out throughout the week on our YouTube channel covering not only Notre Dame versus Ohio State and of course, previewing that game, but also the recruiting side of things with how loaded of a weekend the Irish are expected to have, and also coverage of Deuce Knight and his Notre Dame commitment. Please hit that thumbs up, folks. Subscribe to our channel. Go to blueandgold.com for more content. Our current offers right now, $1 for your first month, or you can get half off an annual subscription. So please go to blueandgold.com and check that out. Appreciate you all, and we'll catch you next time.